Okay, I am Rick Tobin with the U.S. Hotel Vendors Alliance, and my company is Premier Hotel Realty. And I met a really interesting guy maybe about 2 weeks ago that does bed bug treatment. His name is Jeff Zimmerman, and his stuff was so interesting that I really wanted to get him on a recorded call and have people learn. If you don't know about bed bugs, this guy's like the bed bug. He calls himself the bed bug doctor, but he's probably also the bed bug encyclopedia. So Jeff, why don't you tell us a little bit about your company, what you do?
Well, Bedbug Heat Doctor got started out of necessity for our hotels, for our pest control customers back in 2013. We quickly became one of the top sellers at all the trade shows we went to where people came up and they were buying multiple units and stuff. We since then have become Choice vendor approved, Best Western vendor approved. Recently just renewed with Red Lion for our 8th year. Red Roof, we've been with them for almost 8 years also. We've sold over 10,000 units in the hospitality industry. So if you do the math on that, 1 out of every 5 hotels in the United States owns our equipment. We're the leading industry provider for bedbug heaters. That's kind of what we do.
Let me back up a little bit, because probably a lot of people know and they understand, and I've certainly heard bedbug, the bedbug term, and when you say they own units, hotel,
Sure.
what happens? Somebody comes down and they say, "What? I got bed bugs, or I got bites on me." How's that look? And then what is a unit? What do you actually sell?
So somebody comes down to the hotel and says, "Hey, we've got bed bugs." The bed bug then has a choice on how to treat it. They can either have a company come in from outside. They can kind of get their employees or their, if they're a cell phone and, the owner's on property, he can go out and, kind of get some chemical and spray it. Or they can, do heat treatments with an outside source, or they can buy one of our units, which is a bed bug heater. And they can go on our website and see, 9 different heaters for different reasons. And we have the #1 selling one for hotels, but they can buy our heaters, put it in the room themselves, do the heat treatment themselves, and kill the bed bugs themselves. So that's the units.
Yeah, so bed bugs, people think, the hotel's dirty or whatever. Is that a function of that, or maintenance, or does that just happen?
No, bed bugs are traveling bugs. So that means that somebody came into that room, had bed bugs on their suitcase or bags, set them down on the bed or on the floor next to the bed and stuff, and then the bugs got out and they left the bugs there. Doesn't mean the hotel is dirty, doesn't mean it's, a cheap hotel or, worst hotel. I've been in some really, really nice hotels over the years that we've helped them battle bed bugs. Some 5-star resorts, one of the #1 resorts on the West Coast, we help them get rid of some bed bugs at their properties with our heaters. Some of the major companies out there, that we have contracts with have, 400, 500, 600 hotels across the United States. And it doesn't matter where you are. Every state has bed bugs. Every city has bed bugs. Every hotel is going to have a case or will have a case or had a case of bed bugs.
So every time I talk to you, by the way, I think you're in a different state. You just told me you were in Michigan now?
I'm in Michigan. That's home base today.
Okay, so you travel all around the country, it sounds like, because every time I talk to you, you're in Georgia, you're in Louisiana, you're in Florida. You were down here. I'm in Florida. You were in Florida.
I was a couple miles from you in the week of Thanksgiving. I was up in Singer Island Thanksgiving week there, and then 2 weeks later I was down in Naples. 2 weeks ago I was in El Paso, Texas, and Juarez, Mexico. So okay. Yeah, we're all over.
And I know I talked to you and I got a little bit of an education. There's a lot of different types of equipment. It's made different places in the world. Even on your website, you have a lot of the stuff listed. People can find you in the beach side, in the the U.S. Hotel Vendors Directory, and there's a link to your website. But there's all kinds of different equipment there. So how do you tell what somebody needs, or do they call you and talk to you and find out?
They can call us to talk to us. If they know the power in their facility and the square footage, that's how our heaters are really technically made. So if you have 400 square feet and only have 110 power, we have a unit for that. If you have P-Tech units, which a lot of hotels have the P-Techs, which is 240 power and some 110, we have units for that. Our number one selling unit in the hospitality industry is the BBHD12. It is the biggest hotel unit that anybody sells besides us. We have one more that's bigger than that for hotels, but I don't sell that a lot because it's really overkill for 90% of our hotels. So I only say if you have 500 to 600 square foot rooms, go to the bigger one. If you got rooms under 450, then you stick in that BBHD 12 range.
Now, do people generally, I mean, this is a not too uncommon problem with hotels because they got people coming in all the time. Do they buy these units from you beforehand, or do you just get a frantic call that hey, sometimes
they plan ahead. A lot of my customers plan ahead. I will say that. There is a lot that are calling, panicking, and saying, "Hey, can I get that tomorrow?" And I say, "Well, you can, but it's around $1,000 to ship it where you are." And they're like, "Oh, no, I can get it. How long does it usually take?" And our standard shipping, even if it's on the East Coast or West Coast or South or North, whatever, it's 3 to 5 business days. We can usually get it to, California in 3 to 5 business days, Florida, Texas, wherever we need to get it. Usually within 3 to 5 business days. Before Christmas and right after Christmas, it was a little difficult to do that. But on standard, it's 3 to 5 business days.
Gotcha. So it's probably a good idea if somebody's running a hotel to talk to you before and get a unit that they need before that they have to wait 5 days to get it, because at that point they've got a reputation management issue. And by the way, in our director, we have somebody that does reputation management that hopefully you'll connect with. And if you don't have somebody, because when that review goes online, somebody's got to do some immediate damage, damage
Control.
remedy there. So go ahead.
So let me speak to that real quick. So Orkin did a study. They do it every year. Last year they came out with a study. One bed bug incident, just one, will cost a hotel between $6,000 and $7,000 between reputation, refunds, insurance claims, and money back to the customer. Just between $6,000 and $7,000 for one. Now, every hotel in the next 5 years is going to have a problem with bed bugs, whether they like it or not. Nothing they can do about it. Now, if you're going to have a $6,000 to $7,000 expense coming up, why not spend $2,000 today and be prepared for the next 5 years where you don't ever have to worry about it?
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. Now, there's stuff made all over the world. I guess you can get. Where's your equipment made?
I'm proud to say it's made in America. It's made in Pittsburgh, PA. Most of my competitors that I go up against every day, or other trade shows, or selling into the same market space we are made in China. And I could tell you, I sold those in the beginning. They're not very reliable. There's a lot of issues with them. I've been threatened and been sued about saying that, but it's facts. I've got probably 60 or 70 of the Chinese units that have come back to me that I keep, because if I ever get sued by them Chinese manufacturers, we'll be here. Okay, go ahead, take us to court. We've got the witnesses. We've got the proof. I've not had one case, not one, in 10,000 units where we had any issues where we got sued, or any issues where we had fires or anything like that. And I can't say that with the Chinese products. So we just have union electrical workers and union steel workers that build our products. They're made out of 100% steel. They've got luggage handles and wheels, which no other company does. Very compact and very light. And so, we've got on our videos, you can see Sarah, set up in the room and everything. Very easy to use. Sarah's down by you. She's down in Orlando. So she's done our videos down there several times. And, it makes it easy to kind of set up and do. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to get the room set up. You run the heater for about 8 to 10 hours, and you put the room back in service. It's very easy.
So one person can set it up. Is it heavy, the machinery?
Our heaviest machine is 38 pounds, and that's one for construction or hotels or pest control or apartments. So it's not even one for the hotels. The one for the hotels weighs less than 35 pounds.
Okay. And how long you been doing this?
So we started in 2013, but I've been in the pest industry for 28 years now.
Wow. Wow.
I've owned a couple of pest control companies. I sold one 7 years ago. Rent-A-Kill now owns that company. We sell to Rent-A-Kill. We sell to Orkin. We sell to big pest control companies. And so, you know, they're using our equipment for a commercial basis. It's that kind of equipment that the hotels are getting to do their own.
Okay, and let me jump back to something. We were talking about reputation management, and you told me something that was interesting because, you know, I learned you do something really smart. When you show up at the hotel desk, you're not wearing the shirt that says bed bug doctor, right?
Yeah, we don't wear the shirt that says bed bug heat doctor. I got scolded by one of the CEOs of a large hotel chain, and they said, if you're coming to my hotel, you're not going to have that on your shirt. Turn your shirt inside out. And I'm like, okay, that was my first visit. My next visit, I went back with a shirt that said Prevsol. So our website is Prevsol. If I go into the hotel and I'm asking for someone and they ask who's calling on them, I'll say Prevsol. That way I'm not screaming in the lobby, bed bug heat doctor, but they know us by Prevsol or bed bug heat doctor.
Yeah, so you got to be even a little more secret than I do. So I sell hotels, and often they, you know, I have shirts that say Premier Hotel Realty. But when I go to a hotel sometimes to show it, I'll have my Chamber of Commerce shirt on, and
Yeah.
the rooms, and just like you know, you don't want to walk in and with the bed bug doctor truck and shirt and all that out
Yeah.
front.
My wife's license plate says BB Heat.
Okay.
And I've had a lot of people when I've driven that car like, oh, what's that? And I'm like, well, you know, we kind of kill bed bugs with heat. And so that's what it is. And they're like, oh, okay. But I don't show up at somebody's property with any kind of signage, any kind of shirt. When we go to trade shows, everybody knows me by the American flag. And so they always say, hey, there's the guy on Facebook with the American flag, because we're in over 100 plus Facebook groups. I have a very big following on Facebook myself. Instagram, I think we've got over 500 or, 700 now on Instagram. On LinkedIn, we've got over 500 people. And so they always know me by the American flag. I wear the American flag when I go to trade shows.
And I can tell you that, you know, doing this Hotel Vendors Alliance, which I started recently, I talked to a lot of people, and everybody knows Jeff Zimmerman. So you're doing a good job getting the word out about yourself and what you do. And I can tell you that you should be proud. You've got a good reputation from everybody I've talked to. So,
you know, that's the biggest thing. You know, my main goal is if somebody has a problem with our equipment or with, you know, something that we did or sold them, I 100% always accept that phone call and will work my hardest to make it right with them. And you know, and since 2013, I've had one customer that got away that he was upset and he was not letting me fix it. But if they talk to me and let me fix it, I will do whatever I can to make it right with them. And make sure that their equipment's working and make sure that they're happy. We try very hard to make our customers happy. That's our biggest thing.
And I can tell people that, you know, I've probably made at least a half a dozen phone calls to you. I think you pretty much answer it every time. And maybe, you know, you say, hey, I'm in the middle of something. Can I get back to you? But you're not, I can see you're not hiding from anybody.
I don't dodge it. I have 3 800 phone numbers. Many years ago, when we first started, we had a couple different advertising. All those numbers went to a call center. And about 2 years ago, when COVID hit, that was an expense we cut. And I'm glad I cut it, because I get a lot more information from her than I ever got from one-time phone calls from them calling into an answering service and somebody live answering the phone, which I thought was important. Answer call back, or if I called them, they're like, oh, you took too long or whatever. And so once we started answering the call ourselves, it went a lot smoother. And I don't think I'll change that again. I think I'll keep it where I just have the phones coming to me, and if somebody needs to talk to me, here I am. They can call me. If they need to get a hold of us, and it's urgent, they can always go on our website during the day, and they, can log in and talk to Ira. Ira's on our website. He's a live chat person, and he can get me a message, by either text or call, or even, sending me up a message to my live chat.
Excellent, excellent. So it's been a pleasure doing this and spreading out the word to other people. We'll put this in a few places. We'll try and get your contact information underneath it in the comments when we post it. I do appreciate all your time. And you have any closing thoughts that did I miss anything?
No, I don't think so. If you want to look us up, you could just Google either Bedbug Heat Doctor. We'll come up everywhere there. If you Google us under Prevsol, that'll come up too. You can call any of our 800 numbers or ring to my phone, or you can call my cell phone. I give that out all the time. It's 517-936-9415. They can call direct right on that. I don't hide. So
great. We had a little choppy internet, but I think it all came through, and we got a lot of information out. For people in the Hotel Vendors Alliance, this guy's out there everywhere. You need to talk to him. And we're talking about hotels and hotel rooms, but this guy's also he's going to everywhere from jails, right? But
jails,
not
first
yourself.
responders.
First responders.
Not myself personally, no. Not anymore.
Not lately. Everywhere where there's a bed, this guy, you can find this guy. So it's hospitals. If you have friends with hospitals, with adult living facilities, with
camps,
camps, camps out better is a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we belong to ACA, which is American Camp Association, and then also the Christian Camp Association. We get a lot of customers out of those two bases. But then again, we sell to pest control companies all over the nation. I've got Alaska, Hawaii, and every state in between here and there. So, every state we have customers in, and that's the good thing. We can give you a reference in your area where you could talk to the people, and I give references out. I don't know about a lot of companies, but if they call me and say, hey, can I get a reference on the machine I'm on? We've got customers ready to roll and line up and say, hey, yeah, we use it.
So excellent. Yeah. And you know what? That's tough because I imagine in your business, there's not a lot of guys that want to say, hey, yeah, we had the bed bug guy come by, or maybe they do. Maybe they want to brag that, they take care of their problems if they have a problem.
Well, they not only brag about that, but they brag about the equipment. That's the biggest thing. I have yet to meet a customer who's bought it. I shouldn't say that because I did have one customer that bought it, and I don't think they knew how to use it. I went by there. They were down by Savannah, Georgia. I went by there and I tried to talk them into it. And by the end of the conversation, I could see they weren't going to get it. I bought the equipment back. I put it in my car. I wrote them. Actually, I gave them cash for the machine back, and I took it back and I made sure it was good to go, and I resold it as a demo unit. And I think they were happy because, they didn't get stuck with some piece of equipment that didn't work. And the new customer was happy because they got a discount on a machine that was good. And so, we try to make it right. That's my big thing.
Okay. So in parting, give your contact information one more time, and we'll get it in the comments too.
So it's prevsol.com. That's P as in Paul, R-E-V as in Victor, S-O-L, or short for Preventative Solutions. So prevsol.com. Bedbug Heat Doctor is the company name. And then my phone number, 517-936-9415.
Okay. And if you're watching this and you're not in the U.S. Hotel Vendors Alliance, we have a private Facebook group for people to network. This guy's got, tons and tons of contacts, and we set up so people can mentor, they can mentee in there if you want to. Hopefully we'll get that going. You can cooperate, brainstorm, collaborate. A lot of people in non-competitive businesses, that's what that's all about. The membership in that directory now is in that Facebook group, $99 a year is all it is. And we also have the www.flusvendors.com. And what we want to do is have listings from businesses like this that people can, it works like an expo, except it'll work for you 24/7, 365. And hopefully owners, managers are going to go in there. Maybe they're looking for the bed bug guy. Maybe they're looking for flooring. Maybe they're looking for case goods. And we're seeing them look at 12 to 15 pages a hit. So I visit. So, you know, the whole idea is that we don't have to travel as much as Jeff does to go to these expos and spend thousands of dollars to sit at a booth, which is also a good thing. I mean, you could, people can still do that, but we want to have an alternative that's cheap, affordable, and keeps you at home, especially nowadays. So that's my spiel, and I thank you for your time, Jeff.
I'll give you a quick note too, Rick. The first week we talked, I had a couple customers looking for bedding, and I said, "Hey, Rick, do you know anybody who does mattresses?" And you hooked me up with Darv, who I knew, and I didn't know he did mattresses. And so both of those customers now have pricing in front of them. They're trying to make decisions. And so that came from the U.S. Alliance, so the U.S. Hotel Vendors Alliance.
Hey, I appreciate that. And yeah, that, you know, it's funny because when I call somebody and say, "Hey, you need to talk to Jeff," they all know you. So the word is out, man.
Well, like I said, I knew Darv, but I didn't know what he did. You know, as far as beds and stuff, I knew he did TVs and some other stuff, but I didn't know he did beds. That was kind of nice that you set us up like that.
You know, that's so important. Just talking about sales now and my business, I've been up against that before too, where people say, "Oh yeah, you're a nice guy, met you, blah blah blah," but they didn't remember what I did, and they may even tell me about. And I've seen this happen in other businesses too. It's so important and a real trick to have people remember your name or your business when they need you, and B, remember and associate you with what you do. So if they don't, you could be the best guy in the world, but if they think, you know, I saw this really nice guy on this video, but I can't remember their name, then they're just going to take the first guy they see. So getting that word out and being top of mind when they need it. Hopefully that our U.S. Hotel Vendors Alliance is going to help us do that, and help when Jeff sees somebody that needs something that he doesn't provide. He knows a lot of other people that he can help out and are going to do a good job, and we'll recommend him when it's time. So that's what it's all about. So
yep,
that's it. Thanks for your time.
All right, man. Thanks, Rick. And anybody needs us, let us know.
Okay. Do you want to